You own this room, queen. Like, I don't. We all do. I'm a sum of all the mistakes I've made, and I'm still proud of my younger self for, getting me where I am today.
First, and then now I think, successfully call you an insider in both the industries.
Yes, I
But
made it. We live in a world where if you don't stand up for yourself and set the tone, it might be very hard for other people to stand up for you.
hello, hi Priyanka, Bhavna this side from India today. How are you?
I'm good, Bhavna. How are you?
I'm great. It's always lovely to see you. I think I was
Yes,
so
it is.
excited knowing that I'm going to be speaking to you and
Thank
having
you.
watched The Bluff. I was just gobsmacked because I feel like you always surprise me. I go in thinking that, okay, this is what I can expect from Priyanka, and then I'm watching and I'm just like, oh my God, she's really outdone herself. Uh, but again, I want to know from you: do you think sometimes, because the bluff in itself, I feel like everything that you have achieved, in your life and the strides that you have taken, do you think sometimes ambition also requires a little bit of bluffing while we go along the way? Because sometimes when we are not certain of what we can do, but we just go along and just feel like, okay, we'll figure it out eventually, but let's just go ahead and do it. When was the last time you felt like you're bluffing your way into something like that?
I think if you're bluffing yourself to gain confidence, that's absolutely normal and it's human behavior. We all do it. When you talk yourself into something, when you give yourself that extra boost of confidence that you've needed. I've needed that my whole career. I'll tell myself, you own this room, queen. Like, I don't, but I tell myself that. So then I walk that way and I feel that way. Because all of us get nervous and, in new environments, meeting new people, that's human. So let's normalize that first of all. So it's okay to bluff to yourself. I think it's positive. As long as you're not bluffing to other people. I don't think you should make gains by portraying a wrong version of yourself or trying to project something that you're not just because you're
Yeah.
like, people need to relax on the PR, just like just everybody has their own version of showing their best person. I think it's okay to have flaws. I think it's okay to make mistakes. We all do. I'm a sum of all the mistakes I've made, and I'm still proud of my younger self for getting me where I am today. So I think you just don't build your life on bluffing other people.
Absolutely. And you're right. You are the queen, by the way. You don't need to bluff and tell yourself that you are really the queen.
Thank you.
And your body of work is testimony to that. Every time I look at the body of work, how you've been pushing yourself, I know that it's not easy, especially in the industry that we are. And you have been really balancing both Bollywood and Hollywood in a way which very few people can. Both as an outsider first, and then now I think, successfully call you an insider in both the industries.
Yes, I
But
made it.
yeah, but tell me, did that experience kind of change the way you look at power dynamics? You see everything from power play to getting your way in, to putting your foot inside the door, and then now really like expanding and having people come on board as well. It teaches you a lot about the society, about people, and about yourself. In
Yeah,
that way,
for
I
sure.
must. Yeah.
I think everyone's journey is what is going to inform who you become, and we all have our own version of that struggle and our own version of whatever it requires to make it what we believe make it. And I think the most important thing जो मैं गांठ बांध के रखती हूँ is to be grounded, to remember the truth and not the fluff that people have around. Like, it's very easy to get lost in the fame and the chakachand and like think that that's the end goal, but that's not the end goal. So I always just tried to, whatever was happening in my life, whatever the struggles were, the fears were, I always just focused on my job. And I said, I want to be amazing at my job. Chota kaam ho, bada kaam ho, whatever the size of it may be, I'll just be good at it and I'll stay consistent at it. And that was always just my focus, and everything else, time अपने आप heal करता है.
That is
जिस चीज़ को heal होना चाहिए. You have to be just true to the present experience and be honest, and it'll be fine.
Absolutely. And also, I feel like whenever I look at you, of course, I think every woman, especially in India and now worldwide, would say that we see a fierce woman, a fierce representation of everything a woman stands for in today's time and age. But also, I feel like you have carried that persona both on screen and off screen as well. I mean, we look at you and I feel like recently also when I was watching the Bluff and the way there's a scene which really struck with me is when you're really like fighting and in the same time you are sort of telling your child like, listen, mama is okay, don't worry. And that's the fierce and vulnerable side that you show very organically, very seamlessly. Tell me, is it something that comes from your experience now as mother as well? Because I know that you're a fierce mother as well in real life.
I think it's very important for girls to be fierce. I think it's very important for us to find agency, find our voice very early. I think it's very important for us to be surrounded by confidence. I think we should always be pushed by family and friends to take that extra step instead of holding us back. And my family did that for me. When I was growing up, and I feel very privileged. My dad used to always tell me, be the fiercest one in the room, and don't be afraid if someone tells you you're too fierce, because that's what happens to girls. We are told we are too tenacious, too ambitious, too fierce, too intelligent, but men are called like, what a boss, what a, you know. So my dad used to really talk to me about being able to find my confidence. So whether I'm unsure about where I'm going, I always try to have a belief in me. And I think that's the fierceness you're talking about. And I advocate that for girls everywhere. You know, we live in a world where if you don't stand up for yourself and set the tone, it might be very hard for other people to stand up for you, unfortunately.
Absolutely. I always look forward to talking to you, Priyanka. I feel like every time I talk to you, I get inspired to just keep pushing, even when things don't
Yes,
feel right.
keep pushing. Absolutely. You're great at your job. Just keep doing it.
Thank you so much. And all the best. I'm looking forward to seeing you in Varanasi as well, by the way, and Bluff. I'm really rooting for it. I hope people enjoy it as much as I
Thank
did.
you. I hope so too. I'm really happy you enjoyed it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
And I'll speak
Thank
to you
you.
soon. Bye.
Yes.